Hey, Brian King here. I'm an ADHD and Asperger's success coach, an international presenter, and I'm also a #1 best-selling author. You can learn more about what I offer by visiting brianraymondking.com/coaching. I had a very powerful session with a client this morning. And a lot of the clients that I deal with have anxiety. They have Asperger's, they have ADHD. And one of the things that we addressed was that powerful inner critic that really seems to kick our butts and knock us down whenever there is any source of joy that we could possibly be experiencing. You know, these folks that they can't celebrate their successes. There's always a reason to feel bad about it. I used to be that way. And whenever you see somebody that they have an opportunity to celebrate a win in any way, shape, or form, and they find a way to make it negative. Let me tell you what's at play here, and it might actually be something that's happening with you and the people that you care about. There are two main gremlins that get into our way when we want to feel good about ourselves. We want to feel like we have value, like people want to be our friends for a good reason, because we actually have something to offer them. But then we find a way to sabotage that too. And there are two main reasons why we do this. One is we play the comparison game. We think that, I'm not really good enough because I'm not like this person, or because I'm not normal, because I don't do it like everybody else does. That comparing can really always keep us down because we always think that something is better. There's some ideal that we're not quite reaching. The other gremlin is what's called Imposter Syndrome, which is the belief that the person that people are seeing is not really the true us. And this is how imposter syndrome typically sounds. Well, if they knew the real me, if they knew how I really was, they wouldn't like me. That somehow deeper inside you, there's this part that's not good enough. That if people had x-ray vision, if they could see deeper, they'd realize that you are really this phony, that they wouldn't like you, you wouldn't be worthy of love, whatever you tell yourself. And let me tell you what's at the heart of both the comparison game and the imposter syndrome. At some point in our lives, we bought into this lie that we are not good enough. Whoever planted that lie had no right to tell you that. They had no right to sell you on that fact. And there may be people today that are saying, man, you're so weird. Man, you're so awkward. Why can't you be more normal? They are trying to, and this is something I can't emphasize strongly enough, they want to invite you into that belief, that assessment of you. They're suggesting that you agree with them, that you are awkward, that you're weird, all of these other things. They're inviting you to buy into some bullshit, to add to your inner conversation that, hey, maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I am weird. And if I was weird, what would that mean? It would mean I'm not normal. It would mean that I'm not like everybody else. It would mean that I'm a burden on them. And whatever you add to that narrative, it's all BS. There is so much joy that is out there for you. The same kind of joy that everybody else has the opportunity to experience. But because you have this gremlin that says you're not good enough, you decide that in those moments of joy, that you are not worthy of that experience. That you're not worthy of being loved by other people because you're weird. That you're not worthy of success because you have a learning disability or because you are awkward. It's all part of that nonsensical, bullshit, not good enough story. And it shows up in the comparison game. It shows up in the imposter syndrome, but they have the same root. The real work that we have to do as individuals is to unlearn that nonsense that was implanted in us. That nonsense that makes us believe that somehow we're not equal to others. We're always less than. Now, I wish I had an easy answer for you in terms of how to uproot that. I have spent weeks, sometimes years with my clients getting past that, depending on how attached they are to that story. But the reality is, and the hope is, that we can all overcome that. We can all get past it. But it really takes working with somebody who knows how to get past that. And I'm a total ninja when it comes to getting past the not good enough story, because I have had multiple invitations in my life to feel like I'm not good enough, and I've gotten past each one of them. So I'm here to help you. And I hope that what I've shared in this video has at least shown you the place to begin. The work can be hard, but we don't build muscle by easy. And that includes psychological and emotional muscle. It takes some work to get it done. So enjoy the rest of your day. I hope this has been helpful. Feel free to share it liberally. And again, if you want to learn how I can support you, you can go to my website, brianraymondking.com/coaching. We'll talk again real soon.